Hello students, there is one term called as anomalous property. The anomalous properties of the elements are the properties of the first element of any group which is different from rest of the elements of the same group. So far we had studied that all the elements in the same group have similar properties. Yes, it is true. But since the first element is very small and it has high electronegativity, therefore it has certain properties which are unique and different from rest of the atoms in the same group. So we will see these one by one. Let us see the definition of anomalous property at first. The first element of any group, due to its smallest size, due to its smallest size and highest electronegativity, shows some properties which are different from rest of the atoms in the same group. These properties are called as anomalous properties. That means if you see group 15, then nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth will be there. In that, nitrogen will have some property which will be different from that of rest of the atoms in the same group. Oxygen will have some property which will be different from sulfur and other atoms in the same group, like oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium is there. So sulfur onwards, the properties will be not same as that of what a few properties of oxygen will have. Similarly, fluorine will have some unique properties. So we'll see all of these in the form of mind map so that we can remember it for longer time. First, as you know that nitrogen is a inert gas and it has a strong nitrogen-nitrogen triple bond. This nitrogen-nitrogen triple bond breaks with high energy which we get during thunderstorm, and that is how nitrogen fixation takes place. That is why nitrogen is also a diatomic inert gas. It does not easily react. It has a strong nitrogen-nitrogen triple bond due to p-pi bonding. Nitrogen atoms are so small that after forming sigma bond, their pi orbitals can come closer and they can form triple bond like this. But in case of the other elements in the same group like phosphorus, the atoms are so far apart that the p orbitals cannot come closer, and as a result they form p4 units with other adjacent atoms around it. So further, the compounds of nitrogen will never form any compound which will have sp3d hybrid orbital, like NCl5 will never be possible like PCl5 of the same group. It can form azide just like halide. It forms 5 different types of oxides: NO, N2O, NO2, N2O4 and N2O5. It is non-polymeric, whereas phosphorus is polymeric in nature, which belongs to the same group just below that. Now let us come to oxygen. Oxygen exists as O2 also. Oxygen exists as O3 gas also. Oxygen sometimes exists as nascent oxygen also. Oxygen forms hydroxide, hydrides and large number of carboxylic groups. Oxygen is the only atom which is paramagnetic. The molecule is also paramagnetic. It shows -2 valency generally. In case of peroxide, it shows -1 valency. With fluorine, like OF2, it shows +2 valency, and with OF6, it shows +6 valency also, unlike any other atom in the same group. We know that oxygen is very much abundant in atmosphere in the form of water, because water is abundant, and with water oxygen is there, so oxygen is also very much abundant, unlike sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium. Now we know that noble gases does not react and are very much noble, and they are not reactive. But fluorine is that atom which is highly oxidizing in nature, and it has the ability to oxidize xenon and can form xenon hexafluoride, xenon XeO4 and XeO2F2. It can also oxidize O2. Oxygen is itself oxidizing agent, but fluorine is so electronegative that it can oxidize oxygen also. Due to its small size, the interelectronic repulsion between the atoms are so high that the electron affinity of fluorine is more than that of the electron affinity of chlorine, although it is the most electronegative element. Even though it is most electronegative element, the expected electron affinity is in the reverse order. The electron affinity of fluorine is much lesser than that of chlorine because of high interelectronic repulsion. For the same reason, the bond dissociation energy of fluorine and fluorine is very less because the electrons, they keep on repelling each other. So they try to break apart. They try to break apart very easily. So their bond dissociation energy is very less, as a result of which it is very much reactive. Since fluorine is highly electronegative and hydrogen is electropositive, so it forms a hydrogen bonding in its HF acid liquid, which gives a viscous liquid and is a weak acid as compared to the other acids of the halides. Other hydrohalides are much stronger acid as compared to the HF. So these are the unique properties or anomalous properties of fluorine. These are the unique properties of oxygen or anomalous properties of oxygen, and these are the unique properties of nitrogen and anomalous properties of nitrogen. Similarly, all the first elements, all the first atoms of the same group will have some properties different from rest of the atoms or rest of the atoms in the same group because of its very small size and very high electronegativity as compared to other atoms of the same group. These properties are called as anomalous properties. Thank you.